Hyun, a loner high school student who lost his entire family in a terrible accident, is forced to leave his home and has to face a new reality where monsters are trying to wipe out all of humanity. Now he must fight against all odds to try and race against the clock to save what is left of the human race before it's too late. Sweet Home is an apocalyptic horror South Korean television series starring Song Kang, Lee Jin-wook, and Lee Se-young. Based on the line webtoon of the same name by Kim Gun-bai and Wang Young-chan, which recorded over 1.2 billion net views, the series was released on Netflix on December 18, 2020. Synopsis. Following the death of his family in an accident, loner Cha Hyun-soo moves to a new apartment. His quiet life is soon disrupted by strange incidents that start occurring in his new building. As people turn into monsters which take the form of their hidden desires, Hyun-soo and other residents try to survive. Main characters. Song Kang is Cha Hyun-soo, a suicidal high school student who moves into 1410 in Green Home after his family is killed in a car accident. He finds himself caught in the middle of an apocalypse. He's later given the powers of the infected, and merges with the beast inside him to become a superpowered being. Lee Jin-wook as Pi-yeon Sang-wook, a mysterious man with a scar on his face, who punishes evil with evil whom everyone misunderstands for a gangster. Alongside Cha Hyun-soo, he was given powers after being infected, garnering superhuman strength and durability. Lee Se-young as Seo Yi Kai-yeong, a former firefighter whose fiancé disappeared 2 days before the wedding. She doesn't trust anyone easily. She is expert in martial arts as she worked in special forces before Fire Station. Lee Do-hyun as Lee Eun-hyuk, a medical student and Eun-yu's older brother. He is the brain and the leader of the building's survivors. He handles everything with calm mind and rational decision. He appears to be cold-hearted. Episode 1. In September 2020, Cha Hyun-soo is a soldier's target in what appears to be a no-man's land. 1 month earlier, he moves into the apartment complex Green Home where a variety of people lives. Depressed, he avoids going outside and relies on food deliveries. One night, he realizes that his Ramyeon delivery was opened by his neighbor and witnesses a woman holding the head of a dead cat in the apartment next door. He rushes into his apartment but is followed by his neighbor asking for help before turning into a glutton monster. Meanwhile, on the ground floor, residents cannot go out of the building which is on lockdown and one of them dies in the hands of a vampire monster. Episode 2. Asleep and guarded by his upstairs neighbor Jisoo, Hikakomori Hyun-soo relives the last moments before his parents' and sister's deaths in a car crash as well as their funeral where he blames them for not leaving him enough money to survive. Sang-wook kills the glutton monster. Jisoo and Jaehyun encounter the lotus root monster. On the ground floor, conflicts start to arise between residents as they learn more about their situation and how people turn into monsters. Hyun-soo saves 2 orphan siblings, whose father was killed by the eyeball monster, and then is saved in return with the help of his disabled neighbor, Do-sik, but soon starts experiencing symptoms. The team tries to rescue Hyun-soo from the basement and then arrives in time to save Mr. Han from the spider monster. Jisoo is discovered to have appendicitis and needs surgery, so the dispatch team heads out to get surgery tools on top of food. But as soon as the dispatch team gets outside, their vehicle gets hit and turns upside down. It is also revealed that Hyun-soo was bullied in school. Episode 8. Following an attack that leaves Jisoo heavily injured, Eun-hyuk performs a surgery, even though he's unexperienced at the job. Outside, Gil-sop and Hyun-soo are cornered by the gluten monster. Gilsop prepares to sacrifice himself to save Hyun-soo, but Yikaiyong suddenly comes with a fire truck and rams the gluten monster to the wall. Inside, the surgery proves to be a success, and Jisoo wakes up and has a heart-to-heart with Jaehyun, him promising to teach her how to use his sword. Sang-wook and Yeon-yu also have a heart-to-heart about love. However, it is short-lived when the infected gardener with a grass cutter comes, what seems to be bugs covering his entire face. Jaehyun attempts slowing down the gardener, but has his hand completely chopped off in the process. The other tenants come, Jaehyun managing to stab the gardener and ram it into an elevator. After a brief struggle, Jaehyun begins to lose, bleeding out as the gardener slashes him multiple times. Jaehyun begins yelling to kill the gardener, but the others can't bring themselves to do it. Ian Hyuk finally grabs a Molotov and throws it, killing both Jaehyun and the gardener, much to everyone's shock and horror. Episode 9. The group is attacked by a group of outlaws and it is shown that humans are indeed scarier than monsters. A surprise is hidden in the team, and Hyun-soo is forced to question his morals and side. Episode 10. As the elevator opens, Hyun-soo introduces Uimaeong to the rest of the survivors and states that he is just like himself, which caused the group to stand down. Upon burning and killing the goo monster, Uimaeong believes humans and monsters cannot coexist. When Sang-wook attempts to take Uri outside after finding her having an asthma attack, he is stopped by Uimaeong, who won't let them go knowing that they will be eliminated by the military during Operation Golden Hour, which would eliminate everyone and everything. Hyun-soo allows Sang-wook to leave, but this causes Uimaeong to open fire and kill 2 survivors. It is only after Hyun-soo turns into a monster that he is stopped. After the bodies are buried, winter arrives, as well as the military, who say the survivors will be transferred to a safety camp as well as the infected should surrender. Hyun-soo goes to confront the military while the apartment building starts to collapse as a result of a surviving outlaw causing an explosion, and Ian Hyuk is killed during the collapse just as his nose starts to bleed. The survivors make it above ground after entering the tunnels and are transferred to a safety camp. Hyun-soo wakes up in an armored vehicle after confronting the military and is greeted by Sang-wook, only to realize it is instead Uimaeong, who has taken Sang-wook's form. For more movie story, short summary, and plot, subscribe on our YouTube channel and smash that bell for notification. Thanks for watching.